What's up, y'all, man? Welcome to Prolific Group Podcast. Back on another day. First of all, before we get started, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Wishing nothing but blessings and love to all your families. Salute to all the mothers out there. And welcome back, Crystal.
Yes.
This is starting to becoming a recurring thing, isn't it?
I believe consistency is key.
And she had something positive on her shirt. You want to tell us what the shirt said today, Crystal?
Yes, it says you are your own beautiful.
Well, look at you there, and you're wearing a pink watch band today. Look at you, you're so awesome.
Although it's very positive, that sentence is indeed frightening. But we're not going to speak on it. So,
Yeah, I'm lost as hell on that one.
How you lost?
Shit, and damn sauce, but I don't know what the hell going on. Keep going.
so the only person that's on the sauce is you, my friend.
Word.
So, Asia, what's today's topic going to be about?
Today's topic is going to be about liar and what. When kids say liar, it's a bad word. When they also say what, it's considered as a bad word as well. So why is that? Why do parents think that when a kid says liar or what, it's considered rude and disrespectful? But the thing is, we learned in school that what, why, when, where is actually a question. So for today's topic, why do y'all feel that saying like when kids call a parent a liar or call somebody else a liar or say what, how is it considered rude and disrespectful?
I'm going to begin with the word what and pass it on to whoever else wants to take the reins. I believe within our language and culture, it's all about the intonation of the question. If I were to say what, and no matter the context, it's a question indeed, but it implies that I'm on equal grounds of whomever I'm asking what. It interrupts the power dynamic and structure of the household if the child responds as if he or she are on the same level as the parent, which is problematic in the long run.
Pause.
No, we could make that work.
So, based on that doorbell, you could tell the bullshit was real. But we're going to pause real quick and we're going to come right back.
And I was saying, it's just all about how the structure of the, not necessarily say the social dynamic, but the dynamic of how a household is ran. No matter how you look at it, if you're a gentle parent or if you're a traditional parent, there has to be some sort of authoritative structure because children need guidance. You know, that's just how nature is. That's how nature works. So, in our society, what could be deemed disrespectful, especially from a traditional sense, because of, as I previously stated, you're responding as if you're on equal grounds, or in some cases, not fond or receptive of your parents' question. That's why I think what can be interpreted as disrespectful coming from a child in response to a parent.
Okay. I'm going to counteract that statement. I think what Amari is trying to say is that the way we use what is interpreted by our tone.
Intonation is definitely important, yes.
Like a tone can tell you what kind of connotation is centered behind that word. But I'll say this. The whole dynamics and saying authoritative role, Here's a counteractive question. What right does a parent have to tell a child to know their place when they themselves don't even know their place as parents? Just because you're an adult figure does not mean that you know it all. Does not mean that you have it all figured out. You learn through your kids. You learn through your kids, and kids are going to have questions. And just because they're not understanding your answers, or if you don't know the answer, doesn't mean that the kid is wrong. Children have a right to their opinion. Children have a right to their growth. Children have a right to their emotions. There's a lot of parents that are out here that will not give a flying fuck how a child feels because they feel like their feelings and what they got going on supersedes that of the child. And that's the reason why generational curses exist. That's the reason why there's a disfranchise within black men and black women. These are a lot of issues that we're facing because of this hierarchy of parenting in the children, rather than trying to understand that a child's life is its own. And as a parent, it's our job to guide them and nurture them as best we could, not to mold them into something that we want them to be. Because at the end of the day, that life is his life. That path is their path. And they're going to choose whatever path that they're going to walk, regardless of whether we approve or not.
I mean, they're going to choose their path. I just say I agree and disagree. I mean,
so, I agree with you on the idea that what can be disrespectful in regards to the tone of how you use it. But as far as the word in general, and somebody, like you ask me a question or you call my name and I said what?
Exactly. There's no way to change the tonality of the statement. That's why I agree. But yet, some points of what you're saying I agree, some points I disagree with.
But if you look at kind of what
I agree that, the feelings.
When you look at what she's saying, from an educational standpoint, who, what, when, why, and where. So we're like,
but it's different.
What aspect when you look at like asking the question and disrespect, is it disrespectful because of the tone? Is it disrespectful because you don't have the answer? Or is it disrespectful because they're just saying
but the tonality is not gonna shift. So it's not really gonna matter, like the tone. It'll come off as disrespectful anyway, because as I was saying, the grounds of your response is as if like you're on equal ground. Like if my mama called my name and I'm like, what? I'm just like, what? Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? Like, I'm saying what as if what she's asking, what she's requesting, her calling to me is minuscule. What? Versus, yes, mama. What can I do? How can I be of service? Like, I'm out of bounds. I'm outside of my lane by saying that.
But saying, what I'm confused about is saying that because we say what, that means that we're on equal footing with them. I don't get that at all.
Okay, let's let the ladies answer and then I'll answer the question.
As a parent, right?
As a parent, yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is,
You'll figure it out. I'm gonna let them answer it.
okay.
I'm gonna try, before they answer, I gotta point something out, man.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
Nah, I think it's obvious, bro.
Don't even do it.
You got a compass on your beard.
I was trying to send a signal. I was saying that.
Pull the cross now, sir. We're here. We don't need a guide.
Anyway, go ahead.
I think about my past, and I remember saying what one time. That was the worst experience ever. And it's like, I feel like when it comes to parenting, it feels like parents, once you say the word, parents automatically assume that the child is like purposely being disrespectful or purposely like being bad, when really I don't think a child is gonna have like a tone where like they trying to come off as disrespectful, because they're just really saying what. That's how I see it. Same way with liar. But the thing is like to point out, parents say it, so it's kind of like a contradiction. You say what and liar, and then when a kid does it, you're chastising a kid, but they see you do it to other people, and it doesn't make any sense. Like if you tell a child, don't jump on the bed, but I see you jumping on the bed, isn't that a contradiction? There's like a lot of contradictions that parents do that be like, don't have sex, but y'all are having sex. Don't do nudes, but they do nudes.
It's the context of what they're saying.
But like they're adults, you have to understand they are responsible.
Not necessarily.
No,
They are responsible.
No.
I,
Can I-
as an adult male, if I do something, I'm going to have to deal with my decision as an adult male. I'm going to have to deal with it. If I go out that door and I hit somebody's mailbox,
That doesn't make you responsible.
no, I'm going to be responsible for that as an adult.
Responsibility is a choice.
No, responsibility is not a choice. That's like saying taking care of your kids is a choice. It's not a choice.
Let Asia finish her thought.
What I'm saying is like when a lot of these parents say like all these contradictions, they don't tell the why. They just do like
They take one thing, but then they do the exact contrary thing.
exactly, and then when your child does it, it's automatic punishment, but you just don't know why the child did it.
That's how the road
Or
is.
how's the child feeling? Where are these feelings coming from? Rather than talking through it and telling them how to encourage them, you diminish them and say all type of words by calling them different types of names. So how is that making a child grow? To me, that feels like you damaging a child, because like if I don't understand why I did wrong, or like I'm doing something because I want attention, or something happened to me in my childhood that nobody knows about, then it's like it's supposed to be a parent's job to like talk through things. Why is it bad to say what? Why is it bad to call a liar?
Crystal?
I'm gonna say, I agree. I think it's all kind of in tone that kids talk. Because sometimes it can be something simple and the kids are like, what? Like, it does come off aggressive. I get it. Liar is, to me, kind of an aggressive word. There are aggressive words, and I think liar is just one of them. I did not grow up saying, like, oh, she's a liar. I was told not to say it as a child. So I was like, oh, telling stories. Like, oh, they're fibbing, whatever. That's what me and my cousin were told. And my parents did the same thing. They never said liar. You know, now you don't say what. Okay, you're like, oh, well, what did you just say? Like, what happened? Like, you're like, what? Like, if mama call me and I say what, I'm in trouble, because why did you say that? If they call me, I'd rather say yes. Like, I can say yes with an attitude, but it's that is somehow more respectful than saying what. Like, yes. Like, I think if someone asks something just like what, I think that is a little rude, just because it's kind of giving a little don't care, like what, like okay, cool. But I think it's all in that. It's all in the tone of what you say. It's what you say and how you say it. So think of what versus what did you just say or what happened. So,
Quick question though, Crystal. Quick question.
see.
When you call your parents, what do they typically say? What?
They say what you need.
They say what you want.
Like what you want, what you need. That's
Or
different.
they be like, mine be like, yeah, what's up?
That's right. That is like what? Like that's
Right,
like
still
what,
like
you
what?
want.
Right.
Like I said, what?
It's like saying
what
you call your parents a liar. Parents, like I know that my mom's biggest thing growing up was don't lie and don't steal. One of those things was more serious than the other. Obviously, it was probably stealing because for obvious reasons. But lying, she always made a big habit of like, don't lie.
It's easier to lie than it is to steal.
But as we got older, we started seeing how people lie a little bit more than they preach. Like people don't act on what they preach, and that's the basis of parenting. You're teaching your child about this stuff. Don't do this. Don't watch porn. Don't do this. And then you take that trip to your parents' when they're not home, and you find what is called the truth, the reality.
So the
Okay.
reality is they're
But
trying
to
to
answer
protect
all
you from that, though.
Well, no, that's
No,
not it.
that's
not it.
that's
No,
bullshit.
that's right. That's
Bro.
what they telling you, right?
Bro, that's bullshit because
If you don't
because
pick
if you
up
were
on
trying,
it,
no, because this is why I say that's bullshit. Because if you were trying to, and I'm gonna let Lauren speak after this. If you were trying to tell me the truth or protect me, you would have told me from the jump.
Right.
Like it's like ain't like for perfect example. There ain't nothing wrong with watching porn, but you gotta understand that
What-
this
what
shit
the
right
causes that
here
come
ain't
behind
real. This ain't real.
Right.
It's a habit.
This is fake. This is real. I want
When
you
you're
to
old
experience.
enough, yeah,
I want you to
So that's
experience.
why they tell you not to.
Now I want you to experience what's real. And saying there's nothing wrong with it, but you don't want to get caught up in this smut.
Man, it's like playing one of them damn RPG games, bro. You get what you need, the necessities you need to get to the next level in time. Yes, I am, because that seems like that's the only thing that y'all
game at that.
to y'all. That's the only way y'all gonna get this, bro. So in time, you're going to get and earn the necessities you need to understand why they told you not to do it. At that point in time, when they tell you don't do this shit, you are not able to be receptive to the message as to why. You have not experienced enough to understand why. If they tell me don't do this, in that moment in time, I understand it is wrong. They told me not to do it. I'm receptive to the message. Don't do it.
But
Now, later, once you're older, if you inquire about it again, especially because it involves sexual activity, yes, that's when you ask your parent why. They can elaborate further because you have the mental capacity to understand the message as to why.
So this is where I have a problem with what you said, and I'm pretty sure Lawrence can speak on it too. Who has the right to tell you when you're ready or not ready to know something? Who decides what your mental capacity is?
Science.
No.
No, you are.
No.
Oh, come on, man. We finna
Everybody's experience is different. Everybody grows up in different environments or surrounded by different things. So
That sounds beautiful.
who are you as a parent to tell you what your child's mental capacity is?
That sounds
My mindset at 11 is not the same thing as your mindset at 11.
No, it
My
wasn't.
mindset at 11 is not the same thing as my brother's mindset when he was 11. We are different. So you can't sit here and speak on what I'm ready to know and what I'm not ready to know.
Man, look, that sounds beautiful in the grand scheme of stuff.
It's not
specifically
that
about
it sounds beautiful.
how the human body and mind progresses.
So okay, so stop.
You're
So let me explain.
speaking
So let me
from the
explain.
scientific
So let me explain. So
That's
let's-
the best way to go
So
about
I'm
it.
gonna hit all 3 points. Let's start with the what. Yes, what? Like if my daughter is 5 years old and she answers her phone, what? That fucking you talking to? Straight up. I was like, what? Who the hell are you talking to? This shit was going on. But me and my daughter have an understanding, so she knows.
Is it the tone?
It's her tone, like for her, it's her tone. But so she be like, what, daddy? I'm like, who is you talking to? But then she answers the phone and says, what? I know, okay, what's wrong? Because obviously there's something wrong. Like you gotta know your child's tone. You gotta know body language, tone. Because that what can be the difference between them telling you there's something going on and they like, what, you're bothering me. So what that word, what is disrespectful in this home? But you gotta, as a parent, you gotta be able to decipher. Now our parents took the word what as the complete negative and derogatory way and shut it down immediately.
Yo, cause they ain't wasting no time, man. Bullshit.
But I learned
That's
how.
not right.
But it wasn't right because my grandmother, when I said what her on the phone, she immediately say, "Who you talking to and what's wrong?"
Like, what you don't know?
No, she'll hit me with who you talking to and what's wrong. Cause she know I'm not gonna answer the phone saying what. So automatically she knows I might be upset. So I'm saying what, like, what you want right now? This ain't the time.
My parents is gonna wait until you fix that shit up.
Amari, you gotta understand two things. You gotta understand that one, we're all human. We're all human. We all go through things. Experience doesn't have an age limit.
No.
You don't start experiencing things as an adult. You experience things from the moment you step into this world. So as a parent, like I said, your job is to nurture
It's
and
an
guide,
everlasting, it's an ever evolving door.
guide your kids.
My grandmother, let me tell you something. My grandmother's 91 years. No, sorry, my grandmother's 92 years old. Brother, my mom is 62 years old. I am 27 years old, and I have a 5-year-old. That's 4 generations. And in the 4 generations, the only person who broke the mold was me. Because my grandma would tell us at 30s. I had my child in my 20s.
I'm probably just gonna utilize the mold if that ever comes.
No, so let me explain why I broke the mold. It wasn't intentional, but I knew I didn't want to have a child, my first child, in my 30s, because then I'm set in a way. I'm stuck in a mindset where you are. If you're in your 30s and you have a child, 9 times out of 10.
It wasn't that. So
No, because my grandmother first.
no, it's two things to what you just said. But I'm not gonna ask the question.
Oh,
Man, get the hell on.
So what you said?
Stupid, stay out. Stay out. I knew he was going to stay out.
Oh man.
Stay out.
My boy said he did it for the culture.
But no, but my mom, but one thing was I know I didn't want to have a child in my first child in my 30s. I knew between 25 and 28, I wanted my first child. I had my first child at 21, which was way above the time that I wanted to. So I adapted quick. And in my adaptation, I also learned how to listen to my child. A lot of our parents don't listen to us, they teach, but they don't listen. Like your parents might listen to what you got to say, but they might not give a fuck what you got to say sometimes. My mom did a lot of times, like we argue now, and it took other people listening to what I said and dissecting what I said and what she said. Like, okay, you're not listening to what he's saying, you're also listening to what she's saying. Y'all saying the exact same thing, but y'all saying it 2 different ways that y'all not listening to each other. So now, as I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? I'm a parent, she's a parent. Let me come off my high horse. I'm still her child. You gotta understand that word "what" has a lot of definitive meanings behind it. You just never know what that meaning might be. So parents, their first initial way of answering is, "Who is you talking to?" Because the first thing they think is when you answer "what" is in their head is, "Who are you talking to?"
Like disrespect.
So
But it's like I said,
The word itself should not be
There's
used.
2 sides to that coin. Though.
it's a double-sided, it's a double-edged sword. With
Due to the complexities
it's not complex.
and the negative context
It's
that
not
can be
complex.
picked up from the
It's
word,
not
it should
complex.
not be used in response to your parent.
Like I said, it's 2 sides. It's 2 sides.
You have to know who your parent, the parent or the person you're talking to, say what to. Like you're not going to your job telling your manager what.
Shit, I tell my manager, that's not my parent. That's not my parent.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's different, man.
This is why I
Like, what the
mean.
fuck?
This is why I mean when I say the 2 sides of that coin. He touched on it. Like
Respectfully, at the end of the day.
few people, like a lot of people are here, but a few people listen. People don't know what it is to listen. I had a conversation with my mom, probably if not this year, last year, and one statement that I told her was, in 27 years, I have not been heard by you. I have sat back and listened to everything you guys said, but I have not been heard. And it took a little bit of time for that to set in stone for her to really understand what I meant by that. Because when I say, it was angry, it was like we weren't hearing each other. There was no consensus. It was mainly compromise after compromise. But once I said it, and it took time to resonate with her, she understood and she felt terrible. Because the worst thing that you could ever do as a parent is take away your child's emotion, take away their voice, take away their opinion. Remember what I just said. That child is an individual. That child is a human. It's not going to be a child forever. It's going to have to step into that world. So it's not your place to tell them what they are and aren't ready for.
Right.
It's not your place because whether you want it or not, they're going to grow up. Whether you want it or not, they're going to experience the world.
Right. Yeah. That's like
So that's why you need to give them
And
skills.
guess what?
And guys,
guess what? Since the world is a lot different now than when we were kids, they're gonna experience things a lot younger than we were.
20 times different.
Honestly, I don't think the world really changed. The people changed.
No, I'm getting into that. So
People change the way that we operate now.
Okay, I'm gonna get into that.
So players may change, but the game remains the same.
Again, you're right, but we'll get into that. Liar. When you talk about when you call somebody a liar, yeah, that word is very, very straightforward. Like you're really telling me, you're lying to me.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Like parents are gonna lie. You've been lied to since the day you were born as a child.
Oh shit, for sure.
But you gotta understand, parents don't do it to protect you. They tell you because you're like Destin said, you're not ready for this information. Dude, you like even now, my mom lies to me sometimes. I'm 27. I got 2 cars, 3 damn if you want to be real. My mom told me, Lawrence, you don't need it. I was like, shit, I can't afford it. You don't need it. But I needed a new truck. But she said, I don't need it. She was lying because she knew I needed it, but she also didn't tell me. She was lying to protect me. But you gotta understand, I wasn't mentally ready to take on certain things. So now that I'm there, it's like, okay. Yeah, I should listen. I should just stay in my place.
So, kind of what he's saying, and for what I'm interpreting is, parents lie. Although a liar is a liar, but sometimes people do lie in regards to protect, in regards to console, because sometimes people are not ready for the truth. A lot of times when we was talking to you in school and like in early undergrad, we was telling you like, bro, people are not ready for what you about to dish out. You got to spoon feed them, and by spoon feeding, that means you have to lie a little bit. You got to sugarcoat things.
Yeah, sugarcoat it. That's really what it's called. Sugarcoating, 100% not called lying. Sugarcoating.
I ain't no baker, my boy. I ain't got no sugar.
But you is a baker. Everybody's a baker. If you want to be real, like, let's talk about the pornography thing we was all talking about. Dude, everybody can watch porn sometimes. Everybody does. I don't care.
Okay, everybody, especially our generation, was exposed to it.
Watch this. So when we grew up, our pornography was watching The Booty List is 9, Volume 6, and one day, or seeing Playboy. That was our version of pornography.
Oh shit, 12 when it came out.
But that didn't come out until it was in middle school, maybe in high school.
Well, shit, that by the time people started watching.
But no, we talk about the younger kids.
Nah, Twitter been out for a long time.
But yeah, but it was accessible to anybody.
I say now, porn is a lot more accessible to
Yes,
you.
but these kids now, how the access to it is so like you could open Instagram.
Nah, because every kid got a smartphone.
I wouldn't
You
even.
couldn't watch porn with no damn flip phone.
You
Nah,
You
could.
couldn't watch porn with no
Shit,
damn
old girl
phone.
from down the street to send you news on that damn flip phone. I tell you that, goddamn.
But you gotta get to that
You
point.
gotta get to that point. These kids don't even. I don't even have to go.
And bro, that's if the female is fucking with you enough to send you that picture.
And then let's get into that conversation that y'all talking about. The news. Mom and dad tell us not to send them because why? You don't know who the person you're sending it to. What they gonna do? Mom and dad do it to each other. Why? Because probably it's an arousal thing in a relationship. Not
And it's different when they do it because one, they're married.
married versus
Ain't
your
no
girlfriend.
child doing it.
Not Paul. When you are let's be real. If you're under the age of 18, you're sending your girlfriend or boyfriend a nude. First off,
They're a child just like you.
no.
I would say, I would say it like this.
Unstable.
Why see what you can see in person?
Thank you. That's why I don't ask for them. There's no reason for me to ask for a nude. I really don't care for them. Cause why? Cause at the end of the day, when the dark closes, when the doors are closed and the lights are off,
Nah, the truth of the matter is
you gonna see that.
nudes
You
are
gonna see that.
when we was coming
Nigga, if
up,
the doors closed and the lights off, how the hell you gonna see it?
bruh,
Your body, your eyes.
Shit, nigga, you can burn the
face
film for.
bruh, nudes were good for the time that they were good for when we was coming up.
Right.
When we didn't have access to cars, access to travel, news were the next best thing. But once you start going out there and exploring, if you know what I mean, then once you get the real thing,
Yeah, 100 back,
what the fuck do you need a nude for?
Nah.
I always tell niggas like when niggas show me pictures, I'm like, bro, why you show me this? I want to see this shit. Like, bro, did you hit?
Facts.
That'd be the first question. Did you hit? If it's a no, is it no? Nigga,
Then it was pointless. You got that bitch for no reason.
she could have faked that shit. She could have got that shit off Google.
Facts.
All the way.
Very bad. Yeah.
Or my biggest thing about news and the internet is, at the end of the day, she could Google it. There's girls on Instagram, Twitter, and they take pictures. Dude, you can look up anybody's picture, screenshot it, send it to somebody, and anybody was there.
And that was the beginning of catfish.
Exactly. So I don't
And you see why that's bad, right? And you see how that shit could have been avoided, right?
No,
People would
it
listen to
can't
their
be.
parents, right?
Shout
It
out,
would have been no goddamn catfish, right?
shout out to my boy Ned.
Uh-huh.
The first big one.
Right. Yeah, people would have learned from the ass whoopings. It would have been no catfish, right?
No,
Get it back.
no, I'm not.
The goat.
Keep that worm off the hook. Keep it in the dirt.
No, see, 'cause you gotta go
Right,
fish.
you was going to experience that, especially with all new
Right,
athletes.
You gotta go fishing, but yeah, nigga, pick your ones.
Bro, I know everybody in this room.
You can go fishing
Hey.
in any pond, any ocean.
What you fishing in the pond for?
So for
If you don't want no bottom feeder, don't fish in no pond, don't fish in no lake. Take your ass to the ocean.
Bro, I know everybody in this room remember the app Kick.
Oh shit. Shit.
You know, catfish is on Kick.
Nigga, who don't remember Kick?
I remember Kick. I was a menace.
Hey,
I was beat
hey,
the
bro,
fuck
they
out.
had been they had goddamn chat rooms on that bitch. Boy, it was already.
I remember there was a bunch of bots messaging me talking
Oh
about.
yeah, you wanna see sexy, bro? I'm like, I'm in this shit. It was the same goddamn white girl on that shit with the link. I'm like, now, bitch.
I be believing about it.
Like, bro, now, bitch, we know
There's
you was
still
like.
games on Kick, actually.
Some of them days, kick
Yeah.
was wild. Like,
Dang.
That shit was lit.
looking for games.
I was.
What have I done?
Shit.
Put back to the
That was my first
conversation.
meme maker. Hey, you talking about?
Put back to the conversation.
Yes, man, really back in. So,
but back to what I'm saying, you can go fishing at any place. You can go fishing in your backyard.
Do that shit you want
But yeah, but you go. But see, guess what? You practice in your backyard when you go to the
did you
water.
say go fishing in your backyard?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
It's a word for that.
Shut up.
It's called incest.
Oh hell no! See, I knew this. See, this shit I'm talking about. This is why
Not that
we need
kind of
to.
fish.
Nah,
Shout
this
out
is
to
why
Alabama.
we need to tell them pornography is just bad off the
Not
rip.
that kind
And
of
fuck explaining why until they
You
get on.
wait, you can listen. What I'm saying is,
The plow is good. Go out there,
like
play.
parents teach us how to go driving in our neighborhood in a parking lot, right? Before they put you on the street, they're gonna have you take, learn a parking lot somewhere controlled. Because why? Once you do the parking lot, they can control the environment. At this point, like what we said, like what did we say? Fuck free word, because it is. It's fuck the free word. At that point, I can't stop you. You can't stop what's coming. So you gotta understand. At the end of the day, parenting is all about knowing what you can allow, information you can allow your child to get in the amount of time period that it will take.
So I have a closing question for everybody.
It was more to say.
So here's the closing question. Everybody can say their piece and then we'll kind of cut it off from there. Do you feel like pain kind of entraps our ability to be open-minded to certain things like this? It's like I kind of see that we kind of flip-flop the sides when it comes down to liar and the terminology of what, the connotation behind it. Do you feel like that pain has something to do with that and our ability to be a little bit more open-minded to different perspectives?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I think
Yes.
pain could influence our will to want to be receptive. Yeah, I believe it's all a choice.
So let's start with Amar since he's on the opposite end, as always.
That's just me. That's just how I live. I just believe it's a choice. Pain don't really affect it. Pain will influence the way you think about something, which in turn, affects how you gonna go about a situation.
But that's
If I know that, driving a certain way that I see other people drive has gotten me hurt upon time, it's gonna make me think maybe I shouldn't drive this way. Fuck driving this way. You feel me? So I'm gonna drive a way that's suitable for me. Now, it's a choice at the end of the day. How I feel about it don't really change nothing. I can feel like something is stupid. However, what the facts say, this is productive. This makes people money. Damn how I feel about it. This is my piece.
Mr. Allen.
Damn, why you sound like haters, man? Mr. Allen. No, I'm gonna say this. Pain does have a way of having its own hindrance. Because pain is a hurt. At the end of the day, it is a thought process. I agree with Mark. It is a thought process. But it's a hurdle that's going to help you see, okay, let me not move in this kind of way. Or, you know what, let me not even go that way. Because it's either going to help you or it's going to stop you. And it's all about the person, how they utilize it. So yes, pain is a hurdle. It is a teaching method. I do agree. Pain is the best teacher. That second to our parents. Pain is the best second. It's the best second teacher in the world. Because it's either gonna help you, or it's gonna hurt you. It's up to you to figure out which way that door is gonna take.
Well, I'd like to thank our Nike sponsors over here for giving their opinions.
Man, I'm a Nike guy. I love Nike.
It did what it did.
Ms. Cristal, what's your final thoughts?
I'm gonna agree with pain can be a hurdle. They always say experiences is the best way you're gonna learn. Sometimes experience is pain. And like Lauren said, you can use that pain for your good or just to hold you back. And that varies from person to person. I personally don't think you should, but I understand if the pain does hold you back. So, if you got pain, take the pain, try to make something of it. Find the silver lining, as I like to say.
Oh, okay. I fucks with it.
What you got from your help, Mama? What's your thought?
About pain,
Final thoughts.
I feel like pain can cloud people from being open-minded because when another person experiences something and then it's like they project it onto other people about like not doing something, or like case in point for like Black women, if the older generation went through something like SA or R, I can't say the word out loud, they project it onto the younger generation of Black women, and it causes Black women confidence to go down because it's like they say like you're being protected, but it's really like you're protecting that person that did the deed. You're mostly protecting them, but not like your own. So I feel like when it comes to pain, it's just, I feel like it just clouds people from being open-minded, and they'll use their experience to like hurt other people and try not to understand that things change, that it's more to it than what the eye needs.
Mr. Frazier.
Husband?
Well,
That's all, nigga.
heard a lot from everybody. Some a little bit more than others. But I'll say this. Pain is often a misconception that sometimes dictates our perception. But at the same time, if we try to understand each other's perspective, we will understand the true meaning of what is progression. So that's a little bit of a quote for you guys. But there's two sides to that coin. Pain can often reflect our ability to be open-minded, and it can also propel our ability to be open-minded. But it's all in how we understand that pain. Our pain is our adversity. Our pain is our strength. Our pain is our love. You know, it defines every asset of our life. And even when it comes down to the terminology of what a liar, I love what Lawrence had to say. It's understanding the emotion behind that tone. Because children suffer. A lot of children out here are suffering because they feel like they are not being heard. So a lot of times they can convey their message to you in their own way. And that's their parents, that's their nurturers, that's their guide. We have to be able to decipher that. We We have to be able to connect that bridge so that we can help them. Because although pain propels, it also entraps us. You know, and it traps our ability to be understanding. It traps our ability to learn, to grow. And if we don't try to decipher their perspectives, we're all going to be lost. And this generational curse will forever live on. But to conclude, this was a great conversation. Very informative, very collaborative. You know, everybody had a good point. Even my fellow jackass over here. But
Yeah, I'm a bad guy.
You're not
you want to be the bad guy. No bad guy walks around with a pink shirt on.
And no bad guy say
Yo,
Hey,
and no good guy would not know the goddamn. Cause this is not no damn pink shirt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, fuchsia.
No
It's
damn
peach.
fuchsia. This light orange.
That is peach.
That is not light orange.
Say it again.
The damn light orange.
Orange.
Get out.
Orange.
Bye.
There. Is that appease
And
the
plus the
audience?
bad guy doesn't
To
say
use
they
such-
bad guy.
Vocabulary that appeases.
And if you're the bad guy, why do you follow the rules?
Exactly.
What damn rules? Don't none of y'all niggas in here have socks like mine, so obviously that is against the rules.
Clearly.
We don't go back inside.
Clearly.
Exactly.
You set yourself up for that one, buddy. But this was a great episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tune in for more episodes of Prolific Group Podcast.
Comment on what y'all think about this topic.
And thank you so much, Crystal, for joining us again. I'm sure I will not be surprised if she's in the next episode.
And on that note, we out.
Peace.
Love and happiness.